But Dallas made some moves, man. You should be happy. You used to them not doing much in free agency. You and Worm were upset last year. Y'all didn't really make no moves. This year you went and got Trayvon Diggs some help. You went and got Stephon Gilmore. Now I know you killed him last year, but now he on your team. So I'm gonna start this off. I like the move. I don't like the Cowboys, but I like the move. I'll be honest. I don't like the moves. I don't like the Cowboys, but the move sounds good to me. Stephon Gilmore had a pretty good season last year, and he had a lot of people know that he had he got some surgery done on his meniscus last year before the season started. He played the whole season, played pretty well. So, Ace, you got Stephon Gilmore, and you got him cheap. It's not like you paid it. It's not like you gave him a first-round pick for him. You got him pretty cheap, and there you go. And not only that, you don't got to worry about Zeke no more.
Just let me know when it's my time to talk.
So I think it's a good move for y'all. Now, I don't think it's going to help a lot. I still think it all depends on what Dak does with the offense. Now that Kellen Moore's not there, you got Mike McCarthy calling the plays. So who knows what's going to happen? Are y'all going to go get another receiver to help out with CeeDee Lamb? Because you see how him being number one is not enough. You need to have someone else alongside him that's good enough and healthy enough to play all season. So I want to know what's the next move going to be. I definitely think it helps out your team defense. Your defense is already good though, so I don't think you really need much help there. So I mean, like I said, I like the move, but I want to see what y'all gonna do next. Hopefully, you don't do nothing. That way, we can beat y'all next season because we play on the regular season. So we'll see. We'll see.
Look, Dave, I'm gonna say this, Dave. To me, I hit the snooze button on the offseason. I hit the snooze button because as a Cowboy fan, the only breaking news that I was expecting to hear was Zeke being cut, which actually happened. And going off of last year, I hit the snooze button again, but they traded Amari Cooper, so that was big news. But as a Cowboy fan, you all know, and we can say it in unison, when the offseason comes, we're prepared to hear these words. We like our guys. That's all I was ready to hear. We like the guys that we have in here. And when you hear stuff like that, you're like, okay, so they're preparing for the draft. Anthony Brown about to get an extension, and we about to have to deal with this all over again. Meanwhile, you get breaking news. So, your phone goes off, and then you see the Dallas Cowboys have traded for Stephon. I was like, who? It was Gilmore. I'm not mad, but if it was Diggs, I'm telling y'all, we would have had to shut the program down. We'd have had to shut the program down because,
we'd have had to excuse you from the show for like a whole week.
Man, because like my man Worm said, bro, if we get a wide receiver in here, then that'll make things work. But that's just what some people are thinking. I think the next move we need to make, first of all, I do love the move because that second side of the field was getting chopped and screwed last year. It was just like teams was like, okay, we know Trayvon over there, but why would I throw the ball that way when I can just go over here and it's easy money every single time? We had like 4 or 5 people come in. We had Kelvin Joseph try. I mean, Anthony Brown got hurt. Deron Bland, he did his thing a little bit, but I think he's more of a slot cornerback. And he did his thing as a rookie. I think he had like 6 interceptions too. He almost was trying to compete with your boy out there in Seattle, but everybody that was under wraps. One thing I think Dallas really does need outside of a wide receiver is a defensive tackle. Like we've been getting secondary players to plug and play here. We've been getting some of our linebackers back, and of course we have Micah Parsons. Everyone knows about Micah Parsons, but he needs help. DeMarcus Lawrence is on the other side. But we've been the middle of our defense has been terrible. Like last season, we traded for Hankins, which was good. Like he helped slow down the run. But we need like an Albert Hainsworth type person, like a Calais Campbell, a guy that's out there, somebody that could just help with that front, with that defensive front.
Well, but I don't know about the Albert Hainsworth, but
I'm saying the stature wise.
You could have said Vince Wilfork. I would have been cool with that.
He was better, but when I think of Albert Hainsworth, I just need somebody to just clog up the middle. That's it. Like Vince Wilfork actually worked. Hainsworth just was there. Like that time he laid out on the field, but we're not gonna talk too much about that. But there's one thing that did go under the radar with this whole signing. Like everyone said, okay, now the Cowboys have another cornerback to pair with Trayvon Diggs, and now Trayvon Diggs is actually gonna have to put in work. And I said, wait a minute, what do you mean? They would just make it seem like my man was chopped liver over there. Of course, Trayvon Diggs does bite on the double moves, but I got a couple stats here for you. So Trayvon last year, when he went up against a couple of these number one receivers, you want to name a guy like Terry McLaurin? When he played him, he only allowed 15 yards. AJ Brown, when he actually lined up with him, he only allowed 11 yards. You want to name someone else? Justin Jefferson, 29 yards. And this was whenever he was solely checking that player. The last time he played Terry McLaurin, 0 yards, even though they cleaned us up in that game. So these are just a few guys in our division. So when people say Trayvon Diggs can't cover, I don't get it. Now you're going to have to pick your poison. Do you want to throw it on Stephon's side or do you want to throw it on Trayvon's side? It's going to get ugly out there. And another thing, everyone in the comments is saying that, yes, this season is solely on Dak. It's all on Dak. It's boom or bust. So they either got to get him one more weapon or they're just going to be like, look, make it happen, Captain. So, Jerry, I like what you did there. Jerry and Steven, I like what you did there. I want to see what else you do. But for now, I'm happy.
So I got a question for you. I probably wasn't expecting this, and no, this is not a shot at the other team I'm asking this question about. So now that you have Stephon and Trayvon, do you think you got the best secondary in the division?
You got to say, but I don't trust our safeties as far as coverage. So I'm going to say we probably, it's tough. I'm going to say we tied for first. We're tied for first. Because when the Eagles had the best secondary, they had all around. Like, they had the full umbrella. Right now, we just got the outsides.
Yeah, they had the safeties and the corners and the nickel corners, so they definitely did.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're losing people right now. But that we got 2 seconds before we talk about that.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.